everyone, it's Erin Flota here, and as you can see, I'm in a new journal. So basically what happened is I've been talking with Bonnie over at Archer and Olive about craft notebooks in particular for the last couple months, and so she was kind enough to send this to me just a little bit early, which I really appreciate. So thank you to Bonnie and her team for making this happen. I have been in love with the idea of doing a craft notebook. If you guys remember in my 2020 setup, I kind of hinted that I might be switching things up early, depending on what happened, and here that is, because it did end up happening. So I really appreciate Bonnie and her team for getting this notebook to me in time for my February setup. The craft notebooks are going to be available starting on February 30th, and I'm also doing a blog post over at Archer and Olive about like how I have been using this and what I found in the notebook so far. And honestly, I'm really excited about this. This makes me feel like I am in an old style sketchbook, and it got me thinking really creatively on how to use different types of colors and different mediums, and I really had a great time with it. So this month's theme was voted on by my patrons, and it is a love potion theme. So it has some Harry Potter elements because honestly, you guys probably know me and you know that I love doing Harry Potter themes every year, and I like varying it up. I did Christmas at Hogwarts one time. I did the neon Harry Potter, which was like focused on Quidditch. And so now I'm focused on love potions because why not? It is considered the month of love because it is Valentine's Day, which can mean self-love. It can mean love of your significant other, of your dog, of your cat, of any sort of human being. I think that it's a great idea to have more love in this world. We have not had enough of it lately, so I hope that this love potion theme gets everyone feeling a little bit more loved. So I decided this theme is also super, super easy. I decided to make it kind of like a chemistry situation as well, so that's why I have like different types of beakers that the love potions would be in, and different testing tubes and things like that. And I really, really, really wanted this purple to come across, and I am so happy that it does come across as like a purple and pink, because that's really what I was going for. And I just like how like the colors aren't super muted in the craft notebook, but it does give it like this really cool feel that I really have been enjoying. So I'm going back to a calendar setup for the month of February because I have a lot of travel coming up. My husband's schedule gets a little intense, so I really needed a big monthly calendar with space on the side for my schedule and his schedule. And then I also got to put in a little quote from Ginny to Harry. His eyes are as green as a fresh pickled toad. I did not complete the rest of the quotes, so I will be completing that during one of my weekly spreads. But I really just wanted to fill that space with a little bit of a quote, and I thought from Ginny to Harry would be perfect. So the next tracker that I'm working on is a mood tracker. I am also using this paint from Dr. P.H. Martin's Every Other Watercolor, the pinky purple mix. That was all with my brush pens, and you can see me using like the acrylics with a paint pen. But the the dark purple mix was from Dr. P.H. Martin's. It was a mix of several watercolors. And this tracker was inspired by one of my old social media trackers where I did a geometric pattern within the heart to track my social media, milestones, I guess I would call it. So I am going to do the same thing with this mood tracker, but instead I'm doing my mood, which is the best, the okayest, and the worst. Pink is not my favorite color, so that's why I made that one the worst. But I'll be excited to use this and see how it turns out. I did this back in October also with my topsy-turvy hat, and I do like breaking it up a little bit because sometimes doing like lettering every single month can be a bit cumbersome because it's a little bit more involved than just coloring in. And I thought that those three feelings, the best, the okayest, and the worst, pretty much summed up how most of my life is going. I also have my classic daily summary page where I write one line a day. I use the white Jelly Roll pen to do the markers and also do the shadowing on the title, Daily Summary. I really am pleasantly surprised at how the colors took in this notebook. I was a little bit worried about it because I have worked with some Kraft notebooks before, but I've never done any sort of watercoloring or anything on it, so I was a little unsure, but I tested it out on a page that you guys will see later on in the video where I was trying to find my inspiration and plan out a little bit of how I was going to do February, and it just turned out really well. These little habit trackers are from my shop. You can still find them in my shop. You can buy them by the individual month. They are fitted for 2020, and you can do either a Monday start or a Sunday start. And so I have broken it up into two sections where I have healthy habits, and then I have other types of habits that I'm tracking as well. Because I'm doing so much traveling, I don't have that much time to do a lot of cleaning around the house, so that's why I haven't been doing my cleaning trackers lately. I would like to get back into it. I don't have enough time when I'm here, so we're looking for services to help us out because between my schedule and my husband's schedule, we don't have time for it, and we're already exhausted as it is right now. So on the next page is my body focus. I like the term body focus. I used to call it body measurements, but it made me think too much about my measurements, and calling it body focus, even though it's just kind of a mental thing, it really just gets me in the brain space of making sure that I'm taking care of my body and that is a focus of mine. So I liked calling it body focus last month, so I decided to continue that this month. And the white Jelly Roll really pops on this paper. I wasn't sure how it was going to pop compared to the black paper, but it really looks really, really good. And I love that you can use both black pens and white pens. I'm excited to try some more different types of pens since I'll be in this from February till whenever I finish up. So we'll see how that goes. But, oh man, it just looks so good. Bonnie, if you're watching this, you did a good job. I really like these notebooks. When I finish this notebook, I'm planning to go back into the notebook that I started for 2019, the white notebook. I think I'm going to keep my annual collections in my white notebook and then add some collections that I didn't really get to add for my annual collections into this notebook. I only left a couple pages of room, I think. Yeah, I think I only left a couple pages to like add some more stuff in, but I think I'm going to keep most of them in my white notebook. A lot of those are things that I do like in general when I'm at my desk. So I'll have my white notebook at my desk. So I think it's going to end up being okay. Anyways, I just added a little bit more of the potion decor towards the bottom of the notebook, and I think it looks really good. Again, I really like how how the white pen pops, and it makes the whole decoration look so much different just by using a simple white pen. I'm going to bring in some more Harry Potter themes while I go through the month. I want to bring in some more love potion type feelings. I would like to bring in some like pygmy puffs. I would like to bring in Madame Puddifoot from the Harry Potter films and get some of those scenes in there. But overall, the potions are going to be like the main idea, and really getting to use these watercolors and creating like the little smoke effects and things like that. So on the left hand side is my Patreon commitments. So if you don't know, which if you're watching this channel you probably know already, I have a Patreon, which is basically just a community of people that are in support of the type of work that I do, that really want to come together to talk about bullet journaling and planning and crafting and all those types of things. I produce content for them, so freebie lettering practice sheets and doing different types of discounts in my Etsy store. I also provide different types of sticker sheets for them on a monthly basis. They get to see sneak peeks behind the scenes of what goes on in my everyday life, or in my Aaron Photo Designs life. And they get to vote on polls like this one where they got to choose my theme for February. So there's a lot of really fun type of stuff that's going on over there. So feel free to go check it out on patreon.com/AaronPhotoDesigns, and you can join our group. It only costs $1 to join the group. You get access to a ton of freebies that I've already given out, and it's a fun time. We're having a fun time, and we would love to have more people, and would love to make some more friends. So on the right side, I am doing a budgeting page, which this is a very simplistic budgeting page, but I didn't really want to get too far into the weeds for it. Basically, I have my business spending on one side. I have a bills tracker so that I can make sure that all of my bills are I can see like the amounts of like my necessary bills on a monthly basis. And then I also have two different trackers for wants and needs. I basically am going to put different types of items that I'm looking at and put them in a wants or a needs column. If I need them and I still haven't bought them after a week, then they're probably not a need. They're probably more of a want. And then some things I know that are just kind of on my wish list that I want to add to the want column. So this is trying to get me to stop impulse buying, basically, and that's what I'm looking for from this type of page. So again, I just mix the brush pens onto that acrylic. You can also do that on like ceramics and plastics and things like that. I just like how the acrylic works the best, and it's super easy to clean. All you have to do is put your brush pen down onto the acrylic, and that's how you can like blend different types of colors together to for on the budgeting page that was more of a purple versus on the Patreon page that was more of a pink. So it can get you a lot of really fun types of things, and this was the preparation page that I talked about, trying to get inspiration for February 2020. So thank you guys so much for joining me. If you want to become a patron and join this little club on here, please do so by joining in the links in my description, and I will see you next time. Bye everyone.